A very warm welcome to all of you. I'm Katikeya Sharma and you are watching a special edition on Manipur. Two important decisions have been taken: mobile internet services to be restored in Manipur. Secondly, the Home Ministry will be written to by the Chief Minister himself, saying that our government has requested the Home Ministry to cancel the free movement regime and also the security forces have not properly guarded the border. Instead of being deployed at 0 point, they were found guarding the border 14 to 15 kilometers inside Indian territory. And the Biren Singh also said that the work on this will continue, which means to identify those who are the illegal immigrants. First, let me play out the bite. And then we will start the discussion. And I'm going to introduce you to my panelists. And these bites will be played out to you. I'm sorry it will be a little late, but let me read out the release which has been sent to me. And it says that in the release, the CM says that I'm strongly coming out against the Bandh culture instead of rampant verbal abuse against MLAs, minister and police officials, which have diverted people from the real issues and created conflict ourselves. So on this, I'm joined by Mr. HEJANG MISAO Social Activist, GEETARANI TAKHELLAMBAM Advocate, Manipur High Court, Professor PRASENJIT BISWAS, Professor of Philosophy, Northeastern Hill University in Shillong. So first I'll come to Prasannaji. If he joins me, if he's not there, Geeta ji, you can take this question. What do you make of this statement by Manipur Chief Minister? Three important things: internet to be resumed, one. Secondly, the border issue, More-Tamu border to be closed. And third, the most important of all, the government will continue to deal with the influx of illegal immigrants and stress the need for complete fencing of the India-Myanmar border. So, Geeta Rajini, first thoughts. What do you make of it?
Yes, Kartike. I think this is a very welcome step, though a little late, because internet services actually, I believe, should have been started long back. Broadband service was introduced. I don't know, like some new internet services were introduced instead of, having this internet connection through mobile being started. So this is a very necessary step. It's good that better late than never. It has started now. And regarding the fencing of the border, I believe the talk is the notification is about fencing 60 kilometer and 398 kilometer is the exact border, Manipur border with Myanmar. So out of that 60 kilometer is going to be fenced. So what will happen to the rest of the border? I mean, you cannot leave it open. That also has to be actually worked out. And regarding the illegal, okay, you mentioned also guarding has been found to be within 15 kilometer, 10 to 15 kilometer inside the border. This is the first time I'm hearing it. It's quite amazing. I mean, you left the border open and then you're guarding the border within 10 to 15 kilometer of your border. This is
I'm going to play out these bites very soon, but this is a very important development that has taken place. Because the Chief Minister in the press conference he did, he has taken principally three very important decisions. The first decision was on internet. The second decision is, closing down the border. He's basically saying that this movement of people within 14 to, inside our border must come to an end. In the sense, he's basically saying that, a lot of people would come here and go there without the IDs. That must come to an end. And he also goes on to say that the Home Ministry cancel the free movement regime. Prasannaji, first,
yes.
Am I audible to you?
Yes, sure.
First, your comments on the big declaration that has taken place today. It's a big Saturday declaration on Manipur.
Yeah, I mean, I'm more concerned about the repetition of the acts of violence. No one can divert the ground reality to something which is a long-term issue, the issue about influx through the border. The conflict is not primarily because of the influx. So influx is a totally different issue than the current conflict, and peace building at this moment, which is absolutely necessary. So So the question of fencing the Indo-Myanmar border is a larger security issue connected to the foreign policy and also the actist policy which center is currently pursuing. Now, Tamu border is an important land custom station through which a lot of foreign trade is happening to the bulk of some 4 to 5 million Indian rupees or more than that, per year. So you cannot sacrifice the trade and the economic interest in the name of guarding the border. So border has to be guarded, keeping in mind our eminent or preeminent economic interest, the kind of economic exchange that is absolutely necessary in a state like Manipur. Apart from guarding the external border, the kind of mental border.
Assam Rifle guards the Indo-Myanmar border, if I'm not wrong.
Unwanted incident.
Yes, Assam Rifles is guarding, sure, and BSF is also there.
Okay, Prasenjit, just let me play out the bite of Biren Singh, the Chief Minister.
State, NAV and the NCB, and we will continue surveillance as well as destruction of the poppy plantation in the hill areas. I am informed. I will be very glad to inform to all the citizens of the state of Manipur as a precautionary measure to prevent from the unwanted incident. The state government imposed ban on internet, but from today onward, the internet will be open to the masses. Thank you.
One more pertinent question. Because you see, from the side of the army, the unified command, as well as from the home ministry, it has been said that all the SHU signatories are inside their respective district camps with the arms, and they are in there. If it is so, who are those people who are walking, who have been attacking the military villages with arms?
No. They cannot claim like that. I am not refuting, but I am saying, as a CM, we have started checking out SHU camps in various places, and the checking is on. After completion of the checking, we will give you the details. Not now. Thank you. 15 days.
So the Chief Minister has very categorically said. So Prasenjit, please complete your point.
Yes.
One, the internet is up to date, and secondly, he's saying that the security has not done its job. I think that for the first time, I think it's a clear reference to Assam Rifles.
You see, I mean, there should not be much of a heartache about Assam Rifles, because Assam Rifles, as we know, is a tested guardian of the border, especially Indo-Myanmar, Indo-Bangladesh borders in the whole of Northeast. Of course, BSF is also there at many points. Now, there is some kind of fuzziness of border between Manipur and Myanmar. The posts are not fully demarcated in certain places. That's another kind of a problem. Now, we cannot say that the entire conflict was because of influx from from outside or supply of gun and narcotic from outside. That's one kind of a theory that is mooted by a section. I don't completely debunk this theory, but I would say that the internal factors did play a more important role than the external factors. Now, internal factors need to be addressed. Of course, lifting up internet ban for a city like Imphal is absolutely necessary, or in a place like Churachandpur as well. I hope it gives this access to internet in all the hilly areas as well, not just in the valley area. So therefore, that's something essential, because internet ban is a kind of a curb on a process of democratic ideation, democratic exchanges, which has been stopped for last more than 5 months in Manipur, and everyone is suffering because of that. That's opening up a public utility service. But to create, again, a sense of normalcy, a kind of surveillance need to be conducted, and it is to be a kind of a strict kind of a watch has to be kept on any kind of provocation, any kind of mobilization which results into a perpetuation of this conflict. So these are more important, which is a matter of internal policing, which is absolutely needed at this point of time. And also, a lot of relief work is also needed. A humanitarian crisis is still persisting in Manipur. People couldn't return home. You see, so all these factors have to be taken into account. It cannot be a piecemeal kind of a process by which peace can be restored in Manipur. So that's
Okay.
it at this point of time. Yeah.
Okay. Is Mr. Misao with me? Hijang, are you there with me?
Yep, I am here. I am here. Yeah, I'm here.
Mr. Misao, are you there with me?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, wonderful. How are you? So first of all, my question to you is that, Chief Minister has spoken a lot of things. Chief Minister has said we have to stay focused on the real issue in the state, namely dealing with the influx of illegal immigrants, taking up welfare activities for the internally displaced people, and fighting massive poppy cultivation. He has reiterated that, Chief Minister. And he says that I am against the Bandh culture instead of rampant verbal abuse against MLAs, ministers, police officials, which have diverted people from the real issues and created conflict among ourselves. I think Biren Singh here has come out pretty strong. Today I'll give that to him. When he has addressed multiple issues, all of which I had been discussing it with you. I think for the first time in so many months, he has done that in one go. What do you make of it, Hijang?
Well, it's I really feel nostalgic when today. Am I audible?
Oh, you are perfectly audible. Yes.
Yeah, I feel very nostalgic today when I could access internet by putting on my mobile internet, and I believe this will usher in the era of peace for the people of Manipur. I would request each citizen, especially people of Manipur, to wisely use this facility, which is restored after more than, let's say, 4 months. Uh, I, I, I would also welcome Chief Minister's statement saying that illegal immigrant has to be checked. And unfortunately, this illegal immigrant is used as a tools to target one particular community, which is wrong and which is very unfortunate, and that should be avoided at all costs. When we are talking about illegal immigrant, we also need to understand what is happening in Myanmar because of the political crisis and the kind of problem the people are facing. Now, he is also asking for cancellation of movement within the 16 kilometers of the border. This is something which the international law has given the right to people who are living across the borders, that they could visit one another. Because we also need to understand the demography here. The Cabo Valley has been claimed. Uh, Cabo
I think there's a bit of a problem. We'll try to get back to Hijang, but Geetarani ji, when the Chief Minister says instead of being deployed at 0 point, they were found guarding the border 14 to 15 kilometers inside Indian territory. I think it's a scathing criticism when Chief Minister does it on front of the camera.
I think Kartikeya, he was referring to the policy of free movement within 15 to 16 kilometers of the border. Both sides can enter that side also, and they can come in that side also. I think he was referring to that most probably, because from that statement I could make out that much, because without being aware your armed forces are guarding within the 15 kilometers
So
inside, it's
there
not
are two
close.
things. Geetarani ji, there are two things. One, he says, I'm reading the PTI copy verbatim. Our government has requested the Union Home Ministry to cancel the free movement regime. Also, security forces have not properly guarded the border. Instead of being deployed at 0 point, they were found guarding the border 14 to 15 kilometers inside. What he says about the free movement of people is he also called for the cancellation of the free movement regime that allows people residing close to both sides of the Indian-Myanmar border to venture 16 kilometers deep into each other's territory without any document. I think that's More border. Gita Raniji, if I am correct, that's More
Yes,
border he's
yes.
talking about. So there are
So
two
if
different
he's
things that
talking,
Biren Singh is talking about.
if that is true, then I think it is a very serious allegation. That's what I was referring to, and this
Correct.
needs to be investigated. Why this was allowed? Because this is a very serious lapse, and we need to find out from when this has happened. Because we were all the time believing that our borders were at least guarded. We have a border guard. Assam Rifle is guarding it. And regarding Professor's statement that the present crisis is not related to influx of illegal immigrants, I think from like our point of view, from Manipur's point of view, illegal immigrants influx of this, especially the militants, is a very very serious issue and a very critical part of this crisis. Because we have also seen a Times Now report 3 months back about smuggling of 3 truckloads of arms, illegal arms, which is helping in this arming the militants. So this border issue and illegal immigrants coming in, it is a very serious issue. In this, just give me 1 minute, Kartikeya. I'll relate 5 leaders which has link with the Myanmar. Last time Mr. Sharma also mentioned, but I think he wrongly mentioned Mr. Haukip. Number one, Mr. Thanglian Pao Guite, present president of Jomi Revolutionary Army. He is admittedly, in a video, he admitted himself he's an ex-MP candidate in Chin State, Myanmar, and he is one of the Sioux militant group leader. Now, Mr. Khen Chin, vice president cum secretary of Jomi Revolutionary Army, he is also from Chin State. And General P.S. Haukip, this is the person I think Mr. Sharma was referring to. He is the present chairman of the Kuki National Army, KNA, and he is also a Burmese origin, sheltered at Nagaland presently. And Mr. David Hangshing, he is the president of KRA. He is also Burmese origin, and he is actually the husband of Miss Kim Neo Haukip, sitting MLA from Saikul Assembly constituency. And the fifth person I would like to highlight is Mr. S.T. Thangwe Kipgen. He's the chairman of the Kuki National Front, KNF, and United People's Front. And he is the husband of Mrs. Nemcha Kipgen, the present Minister of Commerce and Industry. So you see this close connection between the militant leaders originating from Myanmar. I'm a lawyer. I'm very conscious that if I'm giving a wrong statement, there will be serious repercussions. This I have proof in my hand right here. These 5 people, the connections they have with the Burmese, origin. This is a very serious issue. This needs to be investigated. And yes, the influx of illegal immigrants, if I may recall, we don't have a data because counting was not done. Free movement is allowed. But in one of your show, Mr. Amit Bansal, Major Amit Bansal, he mentioned, serious, lack of food and amenities are there in Chorchanpur, and 3.5 lakhs people are there, plus 1 lakh refugees, he called them. So it's not in matter of thousands. I don't know from where he got the data, but actually there are refugees, illegal immigrants. So like in matter of lakhs. This is a very serious issue, and we need to actually have an account. We are not saying don't treat them like human being or straight away take them out from Manipur. No, we want a proper accounting system. We want to know who are the citizens, who are non-citizens, and we are not calling all cookies as illegal immigrants. But we need to find out who are the citizens, who are not the citizens. There has to be a proper accounting system. That's why we ask for NRC. And regarding this, what I was talking about, 1 lakh refugees being there, present there, we need to have a system finding out who are these illegal immigrants, how many are there. And I'm relying on Mr. Major Amit Bansal's statement. There may be more if he has taken an account the data from somewhere. We need to find out about whether the army, Assam Rifle, is actually keeping an account of how many entries have been made.
Okay. Okay, Geetaranji, let me play out one more bite of the Chief Minister Biren Singh. His major announcement which he has done. Let's play out that bite again of Biren Singh.
State, now and the NCB, and we will continue surveillance as well as destruction of the poppy plantation in the hill areas. I am informed. I will be very glad to inform to all the citizens of the state of Manipur as a precautionary measure to prevent from the unwanted incident. The state government imposed ban on internet, but from today onward, the internet will be open to the masses. Thank you.
One more pertinent question. Because you see, from the side of the army, the unified command, as well as from the military, it has been said that all the SHU signatories are inside their respective designated camps and they are in there. If it is so, who are those people who are walking, who have been attacking the military villages with armed officers?
No. They cannot claim like that. I am not refuting, but I am saying, as a CM, we have started checking off SHU camps in various places. And the checking is on. After completion of the checking, we will give you the details. Not now. Thank you.
So he said the SHU camps are being checked, and after that, the details will be given. Now, Misao, you are back. The Chief Minister Chief Minister has come against the Bandh culture. I think he has criticized both Maira Paibis and Assam Rifle. He's saying that this Bandh culture is bad. Imphal was the Bandh which Imphal saw was done by Maira Paibis. But he's also talking about the fact that the security forces in charge of the border were being deployed 14 to 15 kilometers. So it's all guns firing on both the fronts. HEJANG.
Well, Katikeya, one thing very sure is there is complete chaos in the Imphal Valley. The mob is out of control. As I was saying last time, there's no longer democracy here. There is a total mobocracy. The mob is controlling everything. Now, unfortunately, the 5 men who were caught with automatic weapons, with a camouflage of Manipur police, unfortunately, because the mobs went rampage and education happened, and they were released. And till now, there is a lot of chaos in the Imphal Valley. At the same time, it would be very demeaning as a chief minister blaming the samurai for the infiltration. I think that's very unbecoming of chief minister, who should, rather than blaming the samurai should appreciate the service given by the Assam Rifle, because till now the Assam Rifle is manning the international border, and the Assam Rifle is effectively checking the influx of the valley-based insurgency groups who are trying to cross over to Manipur from the Myanmar side. They have it's a confirmed report from even the military intelligence sources that there are lots of valley-based insurgent group who are separatists having base camp in Myanmar, and these insurgent groups are always trying to create problem in one form or the other to the Indian security forces. Assam Rifle is giving such effective service, and it's completely manning the border, and it would be really unbecoming as a chief minister to blame the Assam Rifle. So therefore, I would also request.
His press conference was not limited to the security forces. Chief Minister said that this will continue. When he was asked, Singh claimed that the countrywide survey has found a rise in drug substance abuse among youths of the state, which was the reason why the government launched a war on drugs in 2018. This will continue. It will be carried out more strongly to destroy poppy plantation in the hills. So, today he said a lot of things, I don't rush to office on Saturdays. When I heard this, I came and I thought this needs to go on air.
That's Katikeya, that's most welcome, and everybody welcomes a war on drugs. There's no instance where any community is against the war on drugs. But when I was part of this state level consultation on drug menace, I strongly and clearly throw a message in that consultation saying that we must be careful in our war on drugs, because if you are limiting your war on drugs to poppy cultivation only, then I think I think we are doing something wrong with that, because there's always the chance of taking this war on drugs when it is too limited to poppy cultivation, taking communal color. Now, unfortunately, today it's taking communal color, and now see. I have already clearly said in the even in the local TV talk show like this, saying that nobody wants to go for poppy cultivation. Now, why don't we also come up with some alternative livelihood programs so that we could also effectively fight with this? And if so long as this drug on wars is only top-down process, it will never be a successful one. It has to be a bottom-up. It has to start from the grassroots level. Now, the civil society organization from the Kuki community with the militant group who are part of this SOO has already made a declaration that nobody is allowed to do poppy cultivation. Even the highly regarded institution among the Christian community is the church. The church is strongly against poppy cultivation. And I raised this question directly to CM. Why is people still going when in highly institution that the church is much against this one? Because we must find some alternative. At the same time, now after this conflict, the civil society organization has taken a very strong step. I was part of that, and the Cookie Student Organization even does all this drone surveillance to all the hill area, making sure that nobody is going for this poppy cultivation. And the civil society organization is taking such strong steps, saying anyone cultivating poppy will be ostracized from the community.
Okay.
And I think that's the step when this particular community from the other particular community as narco terrorists just because
Okay.
of few people who are planting poppy. So I think that's very unfortunate. And so long as we resort to such kind of like slogan, I don't think Manipur will see peace,
Okay,
because
Geetarani ji.
we have the very chance,
Let
we have the
Geetarani ji
very
respond to it.
right.
Let
Okay,
Geetarani ji
yeah.
respond to it. Geetarani ji.
Yes, Kartike. Actually, war against drug, I think I agree with Mr. Michao. It has to be on all levels. And like drug peddlers and the people who are sponsoring, and plantation is also a very important part of this like nexus. So and one thing I'm really happy to know is like the church is against. I didn't know this. The church is against poppy plantation, and those who are resorting to this will be ostracized. And this kind of war against drug has to be supported by the civil society, by the people themselves. It has to come from there. Otherwise, it will never succeed. Like the police, and in the manner in which the poppy plantation was destroyed, instead, I've expressed in other forum also, instead of directly going and cutting down all the poppies, flowers, and creating kind of impression that we are fighting against war, it should have been handled properly. Like the CSOs, they should have been taken into account and find out if the farmers are genuinely having problem, and if they are in the state of, if they are not planting poppies, like if they're going to lose their livelihood, what alternate measures can be taken up side by side. This should have been taken up, and if the church is helping in that, help of church should also be taken up. I think this is a very important point what Mr. Misrao is saying. So the war against drugs should continue, but with the help of church and other civil societies from the community, all the community, whether it's Kuki or Naga or Meitei, it has to be a combined effort. It should not be seen like a state, imposing its dictate on the people, on the farmers, or something like that, because that will only create negative feelings. So this, I think, it's a very
But
welcome
Geetarani
step.
ji, there is also a lot of apprehension about illegal immigrants. You were there, you were reading out the names of people in context of illegal immigrants. A lot of people are afraid that this might lead to witch hunting. How will they find out who is illegal, who is legal? So how does one deal with that? Because country needs to know who the citizens are. Absolutely, the census is required, but this also plays up a different feeling. So what's the middle road here?
See, first thing is we should stop calling all cookies as illegal immigrants. I think in the spirit of fighting, there's total hatred. Each other is calling names, like Meiteis are being called rapists and cookies are being called illegal immigrants. These things should stop. I mean, it only fuels the crisis further. And how to find out illegal immigrants among the cookie communities? This needs again help from the cookie communities themselves, because these immigrants are living among them. So if the citizens, original citizens, cookie citizens of Manipur are able to help in identifying their the people who have come from outside, that would be perfect. But if that doesn't happen, NRC, the mechanism of NRC has to be, imposed, taking 1951 or 1961 as per the policy of the government. Like in Assam, it was instituted. We need to find out that. And after that, whether CAA applies and how they come into, how citizenship can be given to them, that need to be worked out. But immediate stoppage of, people entering without record. If people enter, it has to be recorded who is entering. That has to start, and whoever has entered before, they can be found out. Like with the help of the cookie community, it is very easy. I think if villages, they know who has come, from outside, who are there already. If that doesn't happen, also, I think the state government, the authorities have to find out a mechanism how to bring about a successful NRC exercise.
So, okay, Mr. Misao, you speak, then I'll play out the bite of the Chief Minister. The second bite, please speak.
Yes, I strongly support to that point that some strong mechanism has to be set up to control the illegal immigrant. At the same time, we also need to understand the demography of the Myanmar, where there are not only cookies, Nagas are there, and Meiteis are there, and the same brunt is borne by all these communities. The Nagas in Myanmar, the cookies in Myanmar, the Meiteis in the Myanmar. So if you are terming only one particular community as illegal immigrant, you are using all those as a ploy to target one particular community. The same is true to the poppy cultivation, because everybody knows is the cookies are not the only one who cultivated poppy, but why is that particular community always targeted? So such ploy should not be used. Therefore, when Kabo Valley, everybody knows Kabo Valley was part of Manipur. It was given up during the Treaty of Zandabo, which means there are numbers of Meitei population in Myanmar, and the numbers of Nagas population in Myanmar, the numbers of Kuki population in Myanmar. And where do these people, the Kukis, the Nagas, and the Meitei, go? Why do the only one particular Kuki community is targeted in this regard? Therefore, one has to be unbiased in the way how we talk about, by understanding the ground realities and speaking the truth. And when you are doing things with justice, nobody is there to counter, nobody is there to argue with you. Everybody is there to support. At the same time, this should be the government's programs, the government's action. Nobody has the right to take the law in their own hand. Now the problem in Manipur is everyone is trying to take the law in their own hand. That's why it is reaching to this level of out of control. Now you see every night there is one form of the other violence on the other in the Imphal Valley, which is always posted in the social media. So this is very unfortunate. Whereas in the hill, it's relatively calm, because we followed the directive of the CSO. The let's say the Kuki in P is one of the apex body of Kuki community. and what Kuki in PE said
Okay.
we followed. So I don't
Mr.
know how.
I just need to stop you for a
Yeah,
minute. For simple reason, I think Prasanajit has been waiting for qu- quite a lot of time. Prasanajit, are you there with me? Professor?
Have to.
Prasanajit, are you there with me?
Yeah, I'm there.
You're there. So, Professor, apart
Sure.
from the fact by, ticking all the right boxes in context of, Assam Rifle, Myra Pibes, this and that, I think the moot issue right now in Manipur is unaccounted weapons. Till you have those weapons, you can't break that artificial boundary. If you can't break that artificial boundary, you can't get people to live in peace with each other. You'll have those intermittent killings, and then the security will impose curfew in Imphal and adjoining areas. The bottom line is the civilians are armed to teeth, and unless and until you disarm these civilians, you can't have peace in the state.
Yes, I mean, certainly true. And when will that disarming happen? It's a political question and a historical question. When the rights of people can be secured, and if Hill people are actually demanding a certain kind of a separation, and now they are again thinking of coming back, this whole trajectory has to be understood properly. If Hill people are asking for larger autonomy within the state of Manipur, I think that's a welcome proposal. If such a proposal is mooted, by which a political solution can be arrived at, then it is possible to make people understand that now arms have no utility. Now, one has to drive people towards that kind of a self realization that arms do not have any more utility and only political rights have to be buttressed for. So, once such political rights are accepted at the level of the state and at the level of the center, it will be possible to dispel much of the misrecognition that had happened in last 5 months, and much of the misconstrual of calling each other names, or even evolving a certain kind of a mountain out of a molehill kind of an argument also needs to be shelved. As far as calling some particular community as illegal immigrant is concerned, that's not the right approach. No particular community can be named as an illegal immigrant. Illegal immigration is a phenomenon where anaspora and diaspora is continuing. There is a cultural, historical continuity between Manipur, between Kavau Valley, between Sagaing Division, between Chin State, etc., and the adjacent Kuki Chin region or Manipur region as well. We have to remember this historical fact. Now, guarding the entire border is easier said than done. It's a formidable task. If our security forces are left alone, they will do their level best. But despite all that, there is no border through which people do not sneak in. There will be people sneaking into each other's territory because there is historical link, familial link. Now, these linkages also have to be contextualized in understanding the question of illegal immigration. As far as the question of poppy cultivation is concerned, that's also a matter of great internal dynamics, economic dynamics, political economy of the state is connected to that. It's not burning down the poppy fields alone. There are actors and factors who have developed this into a practice, and there are strong chains of honest
Okay.
going this is a
I think, Professor, there's a bit of a net
we
problem.
simply
There's a
that
bit of a net
tries
problem.
to push these behind the
Let me play out the bite of Biren Singh. Let me play out the bite of
Yeah,
Biren Singh.
sure.
Just wait for a minute. Let me play out the bite of Biren Singh.
Government has already provided adequate numbers of paramilitary forces, and accordingly we have deployed in the vulnerable areas. That is the reason why in the last month, 1 month, and so no unwanted incidents of firing and killing has not taken place. This is the development.
You have clearly stated 3 points in the legal immigration. It's kind
No, just our government's priority is to stop the illegal influx from the Myanmar. For that, we need immediate fencing or border fencing. Now, the Honorable Indian Hand Minister already sanctioned, and I am told that the war order has also been issued to the BRO for about 60 kilometers, subject to confirmation. And on the other hand, the free movement regimes. This was signed between the India government and the Myanmar government. Has been closed till today. As we met the request to the Indian Home Minister, because of this free movement regime, we are not able to control the illegal influx from the Myanmar. So after our request, the Honorable Indian Home Minister, through Home Ministry, has closed the FMR. And then we are invited the NCP Narcotic Bureau officials day before yesterday, and we have constituted a joint committee with the state, NAF and the NCB, and we will continue surveillance as well as destruction of the poppy plantation in the hill areas. I am informed. I will be very glad to inform to all the citizens of the state of Manipur as a precautionary measure to prevent from the unwanted incident. The state government imposed ban on internet, but from today onward, the internet will be open to the masses. Thank you.
One more pertinent question. Because you see from the side.
So, the Chief Minister is saying multiple things. Geetarani ji, in a way, he also criticized Myra Paibis. I think that's the truth. He said it. This Bandh culture is wrong. Chief Minister said it.
Blockade, Bandh culture. It's admittedly, even by the court.
Today I have to give it to Biren Singh. I have criticized him a lot in last 3 months, but
Yes.
today I have to give it to him. I have been critical of him, but today he spoke like a chief minister. He spoke on everything. He spoke in a very neutral way.
I believe, I strongly believe that the leaders, whether it's the chief minister or a
At
spokesperson,
least 9 out of 10. Honestly,
Yes,
when we can
they should-
criticize a leader, when we can say he's doing a bad job, when he does a good job, one should say he has done a good job. Today, Biren Singh has done a good job. He's called spade a spade. You have problem with security forces. He says, I have a problem with security forces. He's a problem with Myra Paibis. He didn't name them, but he said it. I have problem with Bandh culture. He called spade a spade. Poppy cultivation is an issue. Illegal immigration is an issue. He touched all the right notes today, Biren Singh. I don't know why he didn't do that 90 days ago. He should have done all these things about Bandh culture.
communication.
Yes.
Yes, Kartik. Actually, I believe that lack of communication from the government to the people has been a very big issue. In fact, regular press conference, either by the chief minister or one of his minister or a spokesperson of the government, they should have come and regularly update the people of what they are doing, what they are planning to do, and at least keep the people aware about what's happening. Otherwise, people are like not actually happy about a government not knowing what's going on and taking law into their hands, protecting themselves, whatever means they, this is not, people are thinking like, okay, our state has become lawless. This should not have been allowed. And this is very, he coming out with all these issues is very heartening, and this should be continued, I think. And also, he came out with a press release on 22nd, like yesterday. I don't know if you are aware about that. He has asked for people to surrender the arms.
Okay.
Yes. He has asked the people to surrender the arms, all the arms and ammunition which were looted within 15 days in all over Manipur. And if not returned, he has stated in the press release that combing operation will be taken out in all parts of Manipur to take out those arms. So if this action is taken both in the valley and the hills, this will be a very welcome step to bring peace in Manipur. This is one point. And
Okay.
Mr. Misao's point about Meiteis and Nagas in Myanmar, I just want to clarify one thing. Yes, Kabo Valley was given away during time of former Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru, which Meiteis, Manipurs like Manipuri are against it. Up till now, this is a sore point, and Meiteis and Nagas community are there. But the point is, people who are staying there, Manipuri, Meiteis and Nagas, they are not coming back to Manipur. They are very happily staying there. No, as per the data, as per the record, it's only the Kuki community staying in the Chin state where the trouble area is, the military junta is acting against them. So this is the problem. It's not about calling against illegal immigrants against one community only. It's not that. But if the immigrants are coming from Chin state and they are from the Kuki community, and Kuki community people who are staying in Manipur, they are not ready to accept that, then all this name calling starts. So there has to be honesty from all the communities. If illegal immigrants has happened, then it has to be recognized. Citizens should be helping the government in marking, in saying that okay, there are immigrants coming in, and in identifying that will be a very big step
Mr. Misa,
towards
I think that's an
finishing
honest.
all.
I think that's an honest point given by Geetarani ji. I think that's a very honest thing.
Yeah,
Mr.
thank you,
Misal?
that's all.
No, that's a very honest
Okay.
thing.
Yeah. Yes. Can you
No,
So
can you
come in,
hear
brother.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You can come in. Come in.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I don't see that a methodology like NRC is a very successful methodology. In case of Assam, it has left many children and women out of the list. So NRC didn't prove to be a foolproof methodology for identifying illegal immigrants. Rather, Indian citizens in many cases have been turned into illegal immigrants. Me being from the state of Assam, so this NRC had to be kept outside at this moment, and there is nothing is happening on NRC front. So I don't see NRC is the way. The only way probably is a better inter-ethnic relationship in the case of Manipur. Inter-ethnic relationship needs to be brought back to a semblance of harmony, to a semblance of fellow feeling. That's a kind of a work for peace building. If that doesn't happen, all other measures are not going to lead anywhere in Manipur. The deep divides that is already existing will get further deepened unless we address the question from in a very sensitive manner by taking into account the historical, political, and the cultural situation of the hill people of Manipur. The rift between hill and the valley needs to be bridged up, and NRC is no way to bridge up that particular rift that has already come into picture. So how to bridge up the rift is the question, and creative solutions have to be found out. A larger dialogue is needed. The dialogue should be non-ethnocentric, should not be based on ethnocentric assumptions. That is the first condition of a good dialogue at this point of time. Therefore, I would suggest security issues be handled by neutral security forces. And the issue about narco-terrorism, etc., narcotic and all that is a larger issue. Long term, it should be addressed. The issue about political autonomy that hill people are asking for needs to be currently addressed. That may bring back a semblance of
Are you
inter-ethnic
saying sixth schedule? Are you saying sixth schedule? Like Bodo Autonomous Council?
Yeah. Like one not schedule that should be a broader discussion state, and the very community should take about it. Because integrate
Okay.
areas.
Okay, Mr. Misal, can you answer that? There's a bit of an audio problem at your end. We need to rectify that. HEJANG, can you come in?
yeah.
Come in.
Okay. Coming to the point of Geetarani, when she flatly denied the influx of Meitei population into Imphal Valley, I think we are not honest enough and we are not clean enough on this. And when you are saying Meiteis are not coming in, like for instance, when the Kukis or the Chin community come into Manipur, it is easy to identify them because they can't speak Manipuri. For people the Meitei who are in Myanmar, they speak Manipuri and they sneak in and then they embed it among the population. And that's how, because I have already every time said that the state government, especially the major community, is controlling the legislation, judiciary, whatnot. They are controlling everything and they can steal. At the same time, there are also a news report of the Naga population coming into Indian territory, and then the Nagas are also seeking a kind of assistance from the government to address the needs of those refugees. So when you are saying there's no Naga or no Meitei coming in, I think we once again, are not clean enough to do that. I never deny the cookies are not coming in, but what I'm saying is, if any cookies or whichever population comes in, it is the state subject, the state matter. Government has to come up with a very proper mechanism to see and control over this mechanism, and no civil society, no
Okay.
no public to take the law in their hand. And if anyone takes the law in their hand, it's always it's always like clear that it has to be between, it has to turn a communal color. So that's why leave it to the government. Let them take action. Let them come up with their mechanism and deal with all these problems.
Okay. Okay. Geetarani, your closing comments.
Yes. So basically, any illegal immigrants coming in, whether it is Kuki, Meiteis, or Nagas, I think it has to be checked. Right now, I believe the issue is there because the clash between two communities happening between Meiteis and Kukis, and we believe that substantial number of illegal immigrants of the Kuki origin, Kuki community has come in. That's why like we are focused on this. But yes, if there are immigrants coming in illegally from other communities also, I think NRC will be perfectly equipped to find that out also. And then they also, of course, if I cannot say obviously that if they are Meitei, they should be allowed, right? Citizens are citizens. They have to identify. Non-citizens are non-citizens. So whether they belong to Meiteis or Nagas, it doesn't matter. We need a mechanism to find out all illegal immigrants. There is no doubt about that.
I think Geetaranji, I think today is a very important day. Not only today evening, the internet gets restored in Manipur, but I think the Chief Minister has spoken on this Bandh culture. He has spoken on the issue of border, but he has taken a very sort of a strong position on that More Tamu interconnectivity, where people are. I have been, I had traveled from More to Tamu, and I had come back. I have done that. You stop there. I don't know what is going to be the impact on the Kaladan project, Act East Asia politics, the multinodal project which MEA is building. That is a different debate to be done altogether. But then for Chief Minister to say that the internet mobility is going to be introduced in Manipur after 3rd of May is a very important statement. And for him to reaffirm that the poppy cultivation will be, poppy cultivation remains as the core agenda is important. One needs to see how he takes along every community with him so that it does not result in a fear culture with those who live in the hills. But nonetheless, as I promised, on any important given development on Manipur, News9 will be back, and we were back on Saturday on this issue. Thank you, Geetarani ji. Thank you, Misao. And thank you so much, Professor, for joining me from Shillong. Thank you, all of you, for watching this special edition on Manipur on News9. Thank you so much.
Thank you.